Hello and welcome to this week's content tea party. It's summer and I am looking very summery today. I hope you can see me well. I'm having a little bit of a problem with the camera, but trying to sort that out real quick. Right, so, I have a few things prepared for you today, and for those of you who are watching the replay, welcome. Welcome also to all those that are jumping live. I have some very interesting social media news today that actually extends into something a little bit more than it seems. It's actually Facebook news. However, it is something that is coming. It is coming in a wave, and it's going to hit everything. In the sense that it's not just going to be about Facebook. It's also about how we sell from our websites. And of course, after that, we have our usual question. Today, we are reviewing a little bit of a different page. We're reviewing the landing page and the freebie for Natasha. Natasha submitted her page to me by Facebook Messenger. If you would like to do the same, if you have a website, a page or a freebie or any kind of marketing touch point that you would like me to review, feel free to get in touch or drop me an email, as many of you do as well when I send out my mail shots. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Stephanie Viteni. I'm a content marketing strategist and a blog coach, and I spend a lot of my time helping business owners and coaches make sure that their website presence is giving them the leads and the business that they need. So let's jump right in, because I have some really, really good stuff for you today. Right, so the first thing, let's see, okay, here we are. So Facebook is rolling out Touch ID and Face ID lock options for Messenger. What does this mean? This means that your Messenger app on Facebook is going to ask you to use either your thumb to actually scan your fingerprint, or it's going to try and do face authentication in order to let you into the app. Some of you may have experienced this, especially if you live in Europe. You may have experienced this already on your banking apps. This is something that is going to become much, much more common. Let's have a little bit of a look at what this would look like. So this is something that this is a screenshot taken from the LastPass app, and basically it just pops up, this little pop-up, and asks you to scan your thumbprint. And what it does is basically it shows you, once you scan it, it lets you in. What does this do? This protects you, because it lets you in only if it's verified that it's really you. So it's not password anymore, it's not even time-based. It has to be you, otherwise you will not be let in. So it's really, really good. So why does this have further implications? It has further implications for those of you who have heard of maybe strong customer authentication. Strong customer authentication is something that has been now rolled out over a few months, especially all over Europe. We are still having, of course, some people in the US will be taking this on as well. It will become a worldwide thing, but at the moment it is only compulsory in certain parts of the world. And what does this do? It's basically when you go to your mobile app or when you make a payment on a website, and it makes checking out easier in a way, because it authenticates you as you. So you don't need to remember a password anymore. It just authenticates either the browser that you're using, or it will authenticate the phone which you're using, and it will help you, go through your checkout process much more easily. A lot of merchants have been very scared of this, but you haven't heard of this probably very much, but PayPal and Stripe are already up to scratch with this. A lot of other payment gateways and card processors are already up to scratch with this. And in fact, all we need to do is embrace it and make sure that we also use it in our touch points, because especially for repeat clients, And for people who have the subscription model, like a membership site, this is going to be really good, because all you need to do is authenticate a person once, and then secure customer authentication will make sure that all your transactions go through. So that's definitely something to look into if you don't know about it yet. But let's jump back to how Facebook is doing this. So what Facebook is doing is it's basically turning Facebook Messenger into a more secure WhatsApp. It's going to make all messages encrypted, and it's also going to make accessing the app more secure. So they're going to make sure that it's you that's accessing your own app. And of course you can make sure that it actually requests your fingerprint every time you've been logged out for 15 minutes now. For people who have, all sorts of things going on in their lives and may want to keep their messenger really safe, this is a great option. For the police, this is a big worry, and also for governments, because what it does is it secures the device and encrypts things a little bit too much, and it's going to make, of course, investigations a little bit more difficult, just like WhatsApp has a very high criminal use. I would imagine that Facebook Messenger is very much gonna go the same way. Okay, so let me know if you can see me well. I see myself glitching sometimes. I think my connection is not that great today. Right, so let's dive straight into today's page. If you have any questions about what Facebook is doing and about this ID, I can share a couple of great articles with you, so do let me know if you want to know more about these new things that Facebook is rolling out. I'm going to find the page and I'm going to share the screen with you in just a minute. So let's see. Okay, here we are. Okay, so yes, so I wanted to start from this page. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so I can see it well. Right, so Natasha sent me her page, and this is a landing page for her freebie. And in fact, my first comment is going to be, I had to explain that is the landing page for a freebie because the registration forms are actually beneath the fold. Beneath the fold simply means that when the browser paints the first picture of the site for me, I'm actually missing the forms. I'm actually missing here, so I cannot see them. I've actually got to scroll up. Now, not everyone's going to scroll up, so not everyone is actually going to know what's happening. So that's definitely something to look at. If it's possible to bring it a little bit up, it would be great. Potentially, you could do that by removing the banner at the top, although I do like the banner at the top. And in fact, that is the first thing that got my attention because it's sort of so central. So find the courage, joy, and freedom to make your career work from you. I like this, play of three. This is something we do a lot with copy. You have three things that you're promising that you want your audience to do. So that's great. Find the courage, joy, and freedom to make your career work for you. Yes. I'm not very sure about the word freedom here. I know that it suits you as a word and it suits what you are doing, but I'm not sure if that would be one of the first things that people would go for. But of course, I trust that you know your target audience. And then you go in with resilient, not redundant, and how to rise, thrive, and reset your life free ebook. I kind of feel like this should be the most prominent thing in your page because this is what you're promoting. When I see this, it's great, it's a promise, but it's kind of something that should be on your website. It's not really something that should be here. I find that this is a stronger promise which you're gonna fulfill with this. And if you actually remove this at the top, it will resolve the problem, because here we are, you will have the rest of your page that fits really snugly above the fold, so people can see it all. Of course, we also got to look at the way it moves. If it allows me to. My mobile browser seems to be bugged. Let's have a look. Okay, and it seems to also work nicely on mobile, which is great. Okay, excellent. Okay, I love the picture. I really like the fact that, of course, it's a very natural smile. You're looking at the camera. I like the fact that it's not overdone. I really like natural pictures. And I really think that this really makes a good job of connecting with your audience. Okay, I like then, of course, I mean, I only have positives about this page. I'm going to be honest from the very start. One thing that you could probably do is maybe choose a slightly brighter color for the button, but black usually works if there isn't much else that's dark, because your eye is naturally going to go there. Okay, so then you speak to the customer right away. And I think it's very clear what the free ebook is about, and also the benefits inside the ebook. So if you're planning to do your own, this is very important, and it's great. She has 5 points, and Natasha describes the benefits in the ebook. Okay, now what's intriguing is that when you actually fill in this form, you go to the success page, and Natasha greets you here with a video. And I'm going to play it just for a little bit. I hope you can hear it, because I'm not sure how the sound works in Ecom Live, which is the tool I'm using. I'm just going to play it for a minute, and then I have watched this all already, and I will give you my comments. Okay, so I love the video. I like the way it's, again, really natural and really honest. I'm not sure whether you practiced for this or not, but it's really well scripted, and I think it really does the job. Just one little tip though, the music seems a little bit too loud. It makes it a little bit hard to follow what you're saying. In the beginning, it's kind of, you make an effort and you can kind of do it, but it becomes hard to watch the whole thing because the music is slightly too loud. So make sure that your voice sounds like it's on top of the music, if that is possible. Okay, I like the way you download the ebook and you're straight in and you're saying, hey, book your free resilience call here. It's a natural next step. So you have worked on your audience. You know that a number of people who have come through your freebie are going to want to jump on a call with you if they're action takers and they have a problem right now. So this is a fantastic way to get people to book a call with you. Okay, I have also looked at the copy already. So I like the way you speak very clearly. So you can be proud of the fact that you're taking care of you. So you know that people who are downloading the freebie are on this journey to maybe take better care of themselves, to understand this journey they're on, and to maybe feel a little bit more positive about it. So that's great. You also talk about the fact that you understand what they're going through, and the copy just works really well for me. And then of course you introduce yourself. One thing that I feel is slightly missing is that if I don't know you already, you haven't given me a kind of bio and a reason to trust you. Now, strangely enough, I do trust you because I feel that the imagery is honest, the video is honest, and it really draws you in, and it's going to do a great job of getting people to want to talk to you. So I don't feel you're getting anything wrong there. But there will be people there who want more information. So what is it about your experience? What is it about you that needs to make this person trust you? So if there are qualifications, if there are jobs that you've done before, if there are maybe testimonials from other women you've worked with, just something small, even if you just put something over here. And in the end, the rest of the copy is great. It really speaks directly to them. Just one little comment about this last paragraph. I think the content is great, but normally as a copywriting rule in terms of sales, we would first put you. So first you speak to your audience and then you talk about yourself later. So you put, first you focus on their problem and then you put how you're going to help them in the end. Again, you may want to break the rule here, and it doesn't really matter if you break the rule here, because I feel that you have already spoken so much about how they're feeling and how they're doing. One little tip for sure, I would definitely make my buttons larger and brighter. So the more contrast, I would make this button yellow, and this one I would make it larger, definitely. The main reason I would do that is because sometimes, even though the button may seem like it's a little bit too bright or a little bit off, that can actually have a positive impact on the amount of clicks that you get. So make sure you do that. So that is all really. I think it was really positive. Again, I don't feel, now I don't know of course what template tool you're using. I believe you're using MailerLite as well, because that's a tool I use. Just one little thing, if you can remove the top banner, it would be great. If you cannot, it kind of fits in this page because you can still see the button just about over the fold, which is quite good. But I think if you could remove it, you feel more like you're straight in spite of the fact, obviously, that this is actually quite a nice, it is a nice touch. But maybe also, if you really don't want to get rid of it, you could make it just a little bit smaller so that it leaves a little bit more space for the button to appear above the fold. Another alternative for this page could be that you actually remove the second line. I don't believe people need to be told to watch the video. I think if there is a play button, people are very likely to just play it. Or you could just say, or you could just add something short over here, like click play below. Okay, so let's go back to our software. Right, okay. Oh, and here we are again. Okay, so that was my review for today. Let me know if you found that useful. If you have questions, do pop them in the chat now. I am gonna pop around and see if there are any questions under the video. Okay, I hope we don't get the double sound problem that we've had in previous videos. Hopefully that won't happen. Okay, so I can see. Okay. Excellent. Okay, and also in fact, okay. Okay, so I can see some comments. If you're still here, Robin, let me know that you can see me now, because it says you couldn't see me before. Excellent. And if you have further questions, feel free to pop them underneath this video, even once the live is finished. So that's all I had for you today. I wanted to let you know that I have just launched my podcast. Those of you who are in my group and on my email list probably already know. but it's probably a little bit more difficult for everybody else to actually come across. So if you would like to follow, you can find Stephanie Fiteni. Actually, the show is called The Profitable Content Show, and you can find it on Apple, on Spotify, on your Apple Podcasts app, of course, on Stitcher, also on your Google Podcast player. So, you should be able to find it all around. And if you have questions, feel free to message me on my page or find me on Instagram, or maybe just drop me a line on my website, and I'll be very happy to get back to you. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's been great to review your website, Natasha. If you didn't manage to join us for this live, feel free to leave any questions under this live. And also, if you have watched the replay and have questions, feel free to pop them under the video, because I will be checking back and I will be answering all your questions even after this live has finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be with you again same time next week, so 6 p.m. CET on Tuesday. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week. Take care.